house of loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene, as we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Northwestern Wildcats, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Ducks offense will have the football first. Last time we saw these guys, they came out firing. They were up to any challenge offered by the secondary. Any suggestions on how to prevent that from happening again this weekend? Oh, he's got some space. Just like that, a huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8. And the Ducks want to pick up the tempo.
Well, this offense watched their opponents struggle in their last game. They knew that there were some places they could try to attack, especially running the football, and they wasted no time. Opening drive, and they generate an explosive play.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Trying to get there by himself, and he is stopped short, and it'll be 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Good, right down the boulevard. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
He'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
He was looking for some running room and not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Wildcats offense will go to work for the first time. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. There he goes. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Working that wide receiver screen. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Back to throw, it's Meyer. Hauls it in. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. The Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. From the gun, wants to pass. Rushes on him. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He got it. But now there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that's about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
You must protect the kicker when he's in a defenseless position like that. That penalty's going to give the offense a first down. Man, oh man, those types of penalties just drive defensive coordinators crazy. Was fourth down, now first down. Quarterback on the keeper. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They go to the ground. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. He slides that just inside the right upright. And we're even here in the first.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execute.
Turning it on! And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. It's not just a dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
When you play zone coverage, you got a wide receiver that's a beast. It becomes very, very difficult. Got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
The Ducks want to crank the tempo. Trying to pick it up on the ground. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ducks kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Might be changing the route. Moore will throw. Gets it out fast. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Ducks trying to cash it in on first and goal.
Charcoal.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Ducks! The offense cashing it in on that drive. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside is 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. These two teams feeling each other out a bit, down 10-3 as they open this drive. Makes the grab. It's Wagner. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Early in the game, I love getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Easy pitch and catch. You've thrown him 4,000 times. Not big shots, but just put you in nice positions on the next downs coming up.
Finds the tight end.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Austin. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense. Scanning the field, it's Myers. Now adjusting. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. And as he throws, finds a man in the middle. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass. One final play before the end of the quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Powers through the defender, and he'll be out of bounds on what turns out to be the final play of the first quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Looking for space. It's Green. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that.
On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Snagged out of the air. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. They don't seem comfortable with the 50-yard field goal attempt, so they'll lead the offense out to try to get the first down. On 4th down, going to the air. Converts on 4th down, still going. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, to heck with being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip-shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touch.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Well, you got to know as a quarterback, when you're in an empty set, which means you have no running backs in the backfield with you, you got to be able to get rid of the football. And you're expecting pressure. The clock's going to go off in your head. Not a good job of keeping 2 hands on the football, and the defense able to knock it loose.
The Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Moore to the air. Got a man. It's Casper. Knocked down for the tackle.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Caught near the sticks. It's Moore. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage.
He'll take a shot. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. Guys, let's chat for a moment about Oregon. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there. As we get closer to the playoff, it becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. And coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? It comes down the stretch, who's playing the best.
The Ducks are rolling down the field. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Just a short pass to the tight end. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. And the Ducks started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And this one is perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll move the tight end. Dropping back, it's Meyer. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback brought up 2 and sacked at the 12.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the 3rd on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Northwestern will have to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's taking the shot. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Quickly to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. The Ducks want to move quickly. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he'll make the grab along the sideline, but is not able to get to the 1st down marker. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gonna look downfield again. showing the arm strength down the left side. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Moore will throw. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. That's caught. It's low. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Ducks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Gets it out quickly. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Trying to pull his way in. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Trying to barge in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Here's the pressure. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Looking downfield, it's Myers. Under fire. And the pass is incomplete here on 3rd down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out.
Illegal forward pass.
So he just lost track of where the line of scrimmage was. The illegal forward pass will wave off the play. Penalty will be accepted. The kick is on its way. He's got it. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Off the play fake on 1st down. Stands in and takes the hit. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. One more snap coming before halftime. Running back searching for a hole. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Eugene.
And the Ducks will kick it away to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. They come into this 3rd quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. And
the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Off the play fake. Under fire. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for a first down. Northwestern will send out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Gets the back moving. On the snap, it's Moore. Oh, they're after him. It falls incomplete. How about the trickeration on first down that just goes awry?
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Moore to the air. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Great job by the DB on that play. How many times in these types of deep ball situations do we see pass interference? That cornerback could not have played that ball better.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
Coming up, fourth down.
Looks as if he's going to run it. And he gives himself up, but not before he moves those sticks. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up.
They run it, they get the first down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football, ready to crank this tempo up.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And now on second down for this offense. Motion from the back. Back to pass on second down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Clock ticks across the 4-minute mark here in the third. Run the gun. The running back has it. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
And you thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll run this play from the pistol. Looking for a gap. It's Hill. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Thrust that arm out. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost to pick up a first down at the 23. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Moore will throw. Looking deep. He's got it down the right side. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. What a nice throw there, just carving up the defense. You make these types of passes downfield, and it reminds me of Justin Herbert just carving up Arizona State for nearly 5 bills.
Yeah, just making big plays in the passing game. This offense is built on the run. It always has been. It always will be. That's what the Ducks hang their hat on, but making those explosive plays down the field when the defense slips up and loses a little bit of eye discipline.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Speeding down the left side. The 10. Touchdown, Wildcats. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Nice job by the defense forcing the fumble. That took the perfect bounce right into the DB's hands. He shows you the speed and takes it back all the way for a touchdown. That was the definition of a fortuitous bounce.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Give to the single back. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now on 1st down from the 28. Use the play fake, now to throw. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The play action fake. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long through the 28. Moore to the air. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down. And the Ducks will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. They'll start this drive going to the air. Pressure coming. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
When they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field, you saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Northwestern will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Moore will throw. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on 1st down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Pulls it in. It's Moore.
And man coverage, when they get up in your face and they make things hard, you want to be able to attack the whole field and get them leaning one direction and then break outside like you did there. Nice out route connection. Nice chemistry between quarterbacks.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it at the 25. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points.
speak to defenses before they play this guy. They all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again, and with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score in the season.
And he takes this from inside the 5. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Here comes the heat. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Last completion got them a first down. Let's see what they do now. Looking to throw on first down. Wide open downfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. Northwestern comes to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Meyer. Finds his target down the middle.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
Couldn't quite haul it in. They almost had their first pick here late in the game.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. They'll run play action. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! And the stomping has commenced. The lead gets bigger here in the fourth quarter, and their run continues, about to go 8-0.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. USF has had no answer for the onslaught they faced today. A crucial game for this team, and they did not answer the bell. They're trailing by 28.
Just keeps moving. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
To throw, it's Myers. Nice grab in traffic. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down.
Well, the offense on third down, they're just trying to spit the ball out quickly and see if they can get a block and get north. But defense, really nice job getting after the catch, getting a tackle, and now setting up fourth down.
Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a fourth down stop. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half down 3 possessions, you're not punting anymore. Right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are on the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Fires to the right. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown Ducks. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon is trigger men, not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
The Northwestern offense returns to the field. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Back to throw, it's Meyer. He hurls one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Northwestern will send out the punt team. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Got the first down and more. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Well, this offense really felt coming into today that they were going to have to throw the football. And for the most part, David, this quarterback has been lights out. That time, though, he lets it get away from him a little bit, and that was a critical INT for the defense and their confidence.
They needed something, man. They've given up a lot of yards, and that's the thing about the defense. Just sometimes it can change in one play. They make the interception, they force the turnover, and hopefully, for their sake, maybe get in the quarterback's head just a little bit.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Northwestern will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, and this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it. Yeah,
they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game. Take the W into the locker room.
Off-play action on first down. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. They'll send the back in motion. On the direct snap, it's Moore. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the direct snap, it's Moore. And this is blown up, going nowhere as the defense was ready for the Wildcat. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They're still firing away even with this lead. Fires one high and deep. Ball's incomplete, and that'll do it from here. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.